Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, to the Honorable Mr. Udi as the lecturer of academic speaking subject and all of the viewers whom we love. All praises be to Allah who has given us mercy and blessing till we can stay healthy in this pandemic situation. Salutations and peace upon our messenger prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness into the lightness. In this precious moment, we would like to deliver our speech entitled TV shows reflect the society around. According to Mikko, in 2011, television is a mass media that has a lot of functions. The function of television is as an information tool for people who need information both nationally and internationally. This information is useful for add their knowledge of the news absorbed by people who use the media. Television at the moment has become a requirement that must be in their midst. A house is said to be complete if there is a television set in the house. This is not only true for the relatively wealthy urban communities, but has penetrated remote villages, in squatter houses, and in the outskirts of the city. Television shows is being exploited by service users to deliver various interests, such as politics, business, ideology, health, and many more. There are so many television shows that most of them feel business-oriented. Violence show, for example, is used as a profitable commodity of the world's entertainment. However, television shows are affecting the inheritance and application of Pancasila values. If not anticipated, then Western culture or Westernization might intervene widely on the mindset, attitude, and behavior of the community on the particular young generation of Indonesia. Their behavior may be westernized and not anymore as a whole young generation of Indonesia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen whom we love, talking about television. As we can see today in this technological era, we cannot escape from television, either to get information or just for the entertainment. Television gives many impact to its viewers, especially children, both positive or negative impact. Through television, they can watch everything they want for 24 hours, like movie, drama, cartoon, news, and so on. But unfortunately, not all TV shows bring positive impact. Many of them contain the elements of violence, bullying, sex, and so on. But there's still some of them contain the elements of education and provide good morals too. So, in this case, the roles of parents is very much needed in selecting, supervising, and controlling children to watch best TV show at home. Ladies and gentlemen whom we love, if we compare today's TV shows and the old TV shows, we can see many the differences. There used to be a lot of better quality of TV shows, something like children's cartoon that have a lot of educational side, something like Dora the Explorer, the Britney, Teletubbies, and many others. Not only in the term of entertainment but also in the right education, there was many quizzes, shows that provide many knowledge and add insight both for children or adults. For example, the shows of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Who Dares, Rank 1, Family 100, and many others. But we can see today there are many TV shows that do not have politeness in the term of humor, and even they cause many conflict. There are many uneducational TV shows. Many factors influence it, such as decency or in the term of pornography. Ladies and gentlemen whom we love, in 2015, KPI together with 9 universities in Indonesia doing some research about performance of TV shows in Indonesia. And the result, there are 10 best TV shows to be consumed by us, to be watched by public. The first is Kick Andy from Metro TV. The second is Mata Najwa from Metro TV. The third is Indonesia Lawyers Club from TV1. The fourth is My Trip, My Adventure from Trans TV. The fifth is On the Spot from Trans 7. The sixth is Hitam Putih from Trans TV. The seventh is Laptop Si Unyil from Trans 7. The eighth is Mario Teguh from Metro TV. The ninth is Liputan 6 from SCTV. And the last is Ini Talk Show from Net TV. Those programs or those TV shows are very educative, informative, and inspiring many people. Those TV shows will invite a person who have interesting story life or work that can inspire many people at home. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our job as television viewers to try to be smart, to filter what is appropriate TV shows to be watched by us and what is not. It's not only for ourselves but also people around us in order that we can improve ourselves, each other.
My name is Novryansyah and I'm going to tell you that how the good TV show for the people is. Now, I'm says because there are the difference between the current TV show and the old TV show is this kind of difference. The newest TV show provided how the bad, how the negative things are, but actually it doesn't really out at all. There's still plenty a good quality TV show, and I'm gonna describe even further with this my speech right now. I'm going to talk about how the good TV show is. The program. So I'm gonna give you one example. There's a program like this program researches the person from the place with inspiring work and life story and presented without a doubt. That's how the one step to make the good TV show is. And now we have to provide the informative, educative, and entertainment. Aspiring show, maybe something like that. Many interesting and quality story about the diversity of Indonesian people who broke this program. The concept of even was packaged very nicely, starting from the topic, discussion, and the person who the host that shows. That's how the TV good TV work is. Now I'm gonna give you the example between two negative thing and a positive thing for a TV show. Of course, there are plenty negative thing and positive things, but I'm going to give you a fourth for each of them. So let's start from the negative first. Number 1, imitating bad speech or language. As we know, this nowadays show has maybe films that are favorite by teenagers or even the kid. They also begin to follow the words that the strong language they're using in film, and then they kind of like they implement it to their life activity. So they call that the language that have supposed to be say on your friends, they say it in the everyday language. That's a negative thing. One negative thing that maybe the common thing that in the show, in the TV show, in the social impact. And then number two, immediate thing, unavoidable action or scenes, or maybe violence scene or fighting scenes. There's so many, as we see many the children and even teenagers who often saw scene action that from the television show, like fighting, maybe hurting each other, something like that. There's a kind of torture scene at some point. There's a bad, not very good for the mental health for the children as well. They kind of like more aggressive because of that TV show. So, and also teenager who may be like not the only fighting, maybe the romantic style movie who barely, they usually maybe kissing and then they kind of kiss before they married, because this is Indonesian, we there's an our culture, that's very negative thing. So that's how the effects on number two. And on number three, immediate the Western culture dress code. That's a thing I have talking about earlier about the culture difference between us and US or maybe Western country. So more and more television program has come to Indonesia or broadcast on the television Indonesian show. There are also many so people who immediately make up the clothes and actress, the actor they seen through the dress code. The actress or actor may be not good for them. They can implement it how they dress and how they look. That's not how the Indonesian culture clothes supposed to be. So they wanted to use like a Western style, so it doesn't really match up with our culture. And the last number four for negative thing is not educating. Of course, why not educating? Because as many scene like lying, corruption, even crime scene that's not very good to implement it to children. So children maybe can imitate what they saw. So that's really not very good. Okay, now it's a negative thing I have talked about earlier, and then going to a positive thing. Of course, there are plenty positive things. I'm going to give them four as well. Number one, adding information. Television programs are the used means to adding information, whatever is happening out there, without seeing directly. So, for example, you saw the maybe something like a chaos or something, a politician entertainment of the what happened in this world. You don't have to come to the place to see that. You can see on your like television to know what is the current condition of maybe like or maybe something like a disaster, or maybe celebrity, or maybe politics info. So you have just only watch the TV, you have the more information outside the world. So number two is kind of similar, is can feel without directly feel. It mean, what does it mean? The meaning is for you able to free what having feel directly what their program, such as maybe traveling TV show, they show us what they included that in the place, and you have never been before in that place, and you kind of like feel what you know how that feel if we go to the place. Something like maybe the innovation, maybe to maybe next day, next year you're going to that place. And the number three for entertainment, not only for the souls or academic, for the informative. Of course, the TV show wants to entertain us to audience. Obviously, when we already get work and tired, turn on the TV, if it's something funny to entertain us, of course, but it's a positive entertain. You can entertain without using negative. That's the point of the positive for the the better TV show is. And then lastly, in number four, adding insights. Television program are very influential for people creativity, because television program will give us the insight of to develop the creativity in case, for example. And then the fashion, a business can innovate it up from the, maybe they created it from the bottom and then go up to become the successful businessman. So we can maybe we can learn how they work or something like that. So that helps me. So from this we knew that television programs do not always have a negative thing, but there's also positive thing on impact on the social activity on our social. So from now on we can choose the how the good television show is and how bad television is. So choose wisely. You can pick it up and be smart to choose whatever you want to watch your brother or your family.
We can conclude that television shows nowadays are less educational. That is to say, the beneficial of television are disappearing bit by bit. Television have both negative and positive impacts on its viewers, especially children. Yeah, as we know that television station broadcasts have various programs that we can watch 24 hours. So that children can watch television shows all they want and anytime. In this case, parents have a big role for their children to watch television shows that educate them. It means that parents as a supervising, controlling, and selecting for their children. So they cannot or small chance for them to watch television shows that not suitable for their age, that are contain elements of sex, violence, bullying, and so on. Next, the comparison between television shows today and in the past, we can see from the program sounds such as the norm of decency, in the term of pornography, imitating bad speech and words, imitating unfavorable actions or scenes, and imitating the Western culture such as dress code. It means that we are facing now is an era where television shows are increasingly of poor quality and uneducational. Whereas television shows in the 19th century, there used to be a lot of better quality of television shows, such as children's cartoon that also had an educational side. Then there are also events such as quizzes that provide broad knowledge to hone skills and add insight for both children and adults. So what is a good television show's consumption for public? A good television shows consumption for public that can adding information about whatever is happening out there. Then can influence people's creativity such as business and fashion. The last, of course, should educate all of the viewers. So ladies and gentlemen, from now on, let's be smart at selecting quality television shows to be consumed by us. This was to prevent the succeeding generation of the nation from being affected by programs that were less than encouraging. By choosing quality television shows, our next generation can become the successors of a qualified nation. So that's all of our speech at this moment. If you have found a lot of mistake, we beg your pardon. Thank you so much for your kind attention. And I say you wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.